Welcome back to Album Review.
How's it going?
This week we have the second album by Billy Idol, Rebel Yell. Second from his classic run in the 80s. I mean, he's one of my favorite, kind of pop-punk artists of the time. And, I don't know, I just thought it was either between this one or his self-titled debut, because that one also has a lot of big hits off of it. But I went with the second one, because I felt like it'd be a little more interesting to talk about.
Yeah, I think I probably only knew a handful of Billy Idol songs, like maybe 4 or 5 coming into this, and like 2 off this album, probably 2 off the first.
Yeah, 2 or 3 off the first one, too.
Yeah, so a lot of this, or most of this is new to me, so it was a good listen though, I thought.
Yeah, so shall we jump into it, because I don't really have much else to say.
Yeah.
Well, it starts off with the title track, probably the most famous song off there, maybe the other big hit, but This is one of my favorites for sure.
Thought this was a great start. It sounds super 80s right from the beginning.
Oh yeah.
Basically this whole album, it's just full of the typical 80s elements you'd hear, but it's like, it feels like he's mashing multiple genres together in this album, I feel like.
Yeah, definitely. I get that vibe a lot throughout it.
But no, definitely a good song. Not really anything bad you could say about Rebel Yell. Next track's Daytime Drama.
This one's cool.
This one was okay to me. I think it was one of the weaker tracks probably. But
I could see that for sure.
It still wasn't bad though. It still had a good sound to it. I think the guitar in the background sounded really cool.
Yeah.
But the singing was what kind of I wasn't too big of a fan of on this song.
Yeah.
A little bit more boring compared to some of the other songs, I think.
There are some songs I kind of feel that way about on here.
Because his singing's like, a lot of the time it almost just sounds spoken. And I guess there was a lot of that on that song maybe, or just not too crazy of a melody. It just didn't really do too much for me, but it was still not bad.
Yeah, I feel like it works on some songs.
Yeah, definitely.
And then you got the next track, another one of the biggest hits, Eyes Without a Face.
Yeah, this one's a banger, I think.
This is either this one or Rebel Yell are my 2 favorites.
Yeah, definitely. This one's like super chill vibe. Like it's got a really sad tone to it, but then it's got that part in the middle where it like totally switches the mood and it's just like guitar focused basically.
Yeah, it's pretty much about like him and this woman like fighting so much like he doesn't really see her anymore. It's like something he loves, like Eyes Without a Face. Like you're just so cruel.
And I didn't even realize until I was reading the lyrics while listening to this song, but on the chorus, like the background vocals, I never knew what they were saying, but they're just saying Eyes Without a Face in French.
Yeah.
So that was kind of a cool little Easter egg I didn't notice.
And then the next track's Blue Highway. I really like this one too.
I did like this one too. It's one of my stronger ones for sure.
Yeah, I think it's like, I love the energy of this one. It's a faster one.
Got the electric guitar again, but this one's got a lot of keyboard like sprinkled throughout.
Yeah, it's got some synth thrown in there.
Yeah, I liked this one a lot. It had a unique sound. The next track's Flesh for Fantasy.
This is another one I really liked.
It was pretty good.
It's a bit of a slow one, but it just like keeps building the whole time, and I just think it's a really fun one.
Yeah, this one was like had a lot of the reverby guitar on it, more synth usage. Probably this one had some of the most synth out of the whole album, I'd say.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely a good one though. The next track is Catch My Fall.
I can see people not really caring for this one, but I do enjoy this one.
I was gonna say same. I think this is one of my like sleeper picks on the album, definitely.
Yeah.
It had a nice mood. The driving guitar with like the saxophone mixed in the back sounded really cool, I thought. And then more synths again. The synths on this one, I remember they were like super like tinny sounding almost, like kind of a higher pitched synth.
I agree.
Next track's Crank Call.
This one's okay.
I agree. This one was only okay to me. I don't know. Another one that I felt had kind of a weak chorus. That was a little too repetitive, oversimplified to me.
Yeah, I just think this one's alright.
Next track is parentheses Do Not Stand in the Shadows.
I like this one. It's a nice little upbeat one, like one of the last upbeat ones before the end of the album.
Yeah. No, I thought this one was pretty good. Probably not like the strongest track, but it still had a good sound to it, and I thought the melody on the chorus was really catchy for this one.
Yeah.
And then the final track, The Dead Next Door.
This one's alright.
This one was interesting to me. It was
Yeah, very different track.
oh yeah,
Very somber sounding.
It was probably the most original sounding track on the album to me, honestly.
Yeah, it very much stood out.
Yeah, it had like an ominous feel to it, a lot of space because there wasn't too much percussion.
Mm-hmm.
It was just like the main percussion was just like the echoey like thud that like actually the song like ended on the thud too, which I thought that was a cool ending for some reason. Like
I liked that. I liked the ending of this song. I like elements of this song, but it's still just kind of okay to me personally.
okay, but I wasn't really too sure what the song was about. But I mean, the Dead Next Door, like he was kind of saying like, I guess maybe like don't take life for granted because one's
Right
little
next-
error
around the
and
corner.
yeah, you could just be done like the Dead Next Door.
Yep.
So, and I guess also this was the 80s, so it could have been like maybe Cold War related.
Could be Cold War
Like
tensions too.
nuclear fallout fear that everyone had at all times.
Could be the nuclear track of the album.
Yeah.
But final thoughts. I think this is a pretty good album overall. I don't know if I like it better than the self-titled one. They're like the top two. But I've always liked Billy Idol's like discography. Even his later stuff's good, and even his newer stuff is pretty good too. He had a Christmas album a couple years ago. I thought it was pretty good personally, but Billy Idol overall, he's one of my favorite like 80s icon artists. He's always been one of my favorites, so it was really fun coming back to this.
Yeah, I enjoyed listening to this first full Billy Idol album, and I really like his style. He's pretty unique. Like he definitely has a lot of the typical elements that 80s music does have, at least on his 80s.
Very 80s artist.
Yeah.
At the end of the day.
But he also has the little elements like his singing style that like make him stand out from any other artist. Really, I feel like.
Mm-hmm.
But the album as a whole, I'd say like 6 of the tracks I thought were really strong, and then there was like maybe 3 that didn't do too much for me. I probably wouldn't come back to them.
I agree. That's
But-
pretty much what I have to say. And when we go to scores, I think I'll give it a 7. Pretty good album. You also got a 7?
Yeah, that's exactly what I was gonna give it.
Yeah, like pretty good album, but like it's got some flaws in it. But again, just go give it a listen. I highly recommend it.
Yeah, I just thought of the score as basically a representation of the percentage of the album I thought was really good.
That's
you know?
usually how I rate stuff, but it depends on like how some songs that are stronger could definitely like raise or lower the scores too.
Definitely, yeah.
So what have you got this week? I've heard we've listened to it already.
At least we've listened to it in our free time. for
Okay.
sure. I'm not sure if this artist has been on an album review before, but I don't think I have been on an album review for him. So we're gonna be doing Logic's first studio album.
Oh,
Under
fuck
Pressure.
yeah. We did No Pressure.
That's what I
So,
thought. That's what I
okay.
thought.
Alright, now I'm excited.
Let's go. That actually works perfectly now. Let's
Yeah.
go back to the original now. After
Oh.
doing the new kind of retake of it.
Yeah, but yeah, tune in when we get to listen to Under Pressure.